Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. Ever so often, I have tried to make a segment on leadership and, of course, public speaking. And today I would like to touch again on leadership. Leadership is such a broad subject, but it's some things about leadership that I think we have to know. There was a church, there was a pastor moved into the area where I was pastored, close to where I was pastored a few years ago, and his church just started growing just by leaps and bounds, and everyone was talking about, and people would ask me, what's he doing? What's he doing different? And I'd say, well, I just really don't know. And so one Tuesday night, we were not having church at our church, and he and I were friends, so I just slipped into his congregation without him knowing that I was coming. I wanted it to be just regular what he does, and I was totally surprised. I had heard so much about their services, so full of enthusiasm and people so excited, and people raising their hands and praising the Lord, and going, the altars filling up with people, new converts, and well, that's what I expected to see. But as I walked in, I purposely went in just a little late, and I sat pretty close to the back, and to my surprise, everything was on a down key, and he got up and gave a lesson, and what it basically amounted to was positive mental attitude, telling people how that they could do better, how the church could do better, how they should feel about things. And it was something people were hungry for, and apparently they were putting that type thing into effect. He was truly a leader. Now, there is a lot of difference between a manager and a leader. Sometimes we kind of get the two mixed up. A manager's short term, and a leader is a long term, visionary. A manager enforces day-by-day rules, things that's already set down. He can manage by his notes, a piece of paper, that sort of thing. And but a leader, he takes risks, and he gets all that ready for his leadership. Might get things ready for a dozen or more managers Leaders light the way. Someone said the price of greatness is responsibility. And that surely comes under a leader's rules. The price of greatness is responsibility. People that cannot take on responsibility can't be trusted. They do not make managers nor leaders. You know something I would like to add here? Leaders, when they get in a leadership role, they are no longer one of the gang. They're not any longer have certain pals and just special friends. A leader has to sometimes walk all by himself. And whenever one wants to fuss and complain and point fingers at each other and also at him, he has to just keep going and see over everyone's head and farther than they see. A good leader goes through the thick of problems, and then he lives long enough for people to say, well, you were right. I just didn't see it. Well, the reason he didn't give in was because the right of it was all that he could see. But a lot of times when everyone else is going out with their little groups, he can't do that. He can have his friends off somewhere, maybe in some person that's no one else knows. He has that person he can call. He has that person that he can eat with more often than someone else. But when everyone's having a great time, often he goes to his study. He goes to his home because he's just different. That doesn't mean that he doesn't love people. He is not friends with people. It doesn't mean that people can't love him. But there's something about a leader that even though he may be a short person, yet in their minds he has to be tall as King Saul to them. Thank you, and God bless you.